After 1992, the Braves were still looking to add pieces to get that elusive World Series championship. And they got a huge one in reigning Cy Young Award winner Greg Maddux.
Do you know how much stress is taken off your shoulders when Maddux walks through the door?
I'd love to help this team win the World Series.
For me, it was just the mindset, and I noticed it in spring training. You're here to win.
You kind of sit back for a minute and you take stock and you think, man, we had a pretty good pitching rotation. Now it's really good.
Maddux, Glavine, and Smoltz. That's amazing.
The big three, they set the tone for us, because if you start the year with those three guys at the top of your rotation, you get a chance to win any series you play.
The Braves starters are all interchangeable in that they could all be #1 starters on any given day.
We all knew it was going to be pretty good. But, I mean, it basically became the greatest rotation ever.
It's a team with a lot of power, a lot of speed, and a .291 collective batting average.
Albert Bell, got a young Manny Ramirez, young Tommy. Looking at their lineup, you really felt like our pitchers better be on top of their game.
Behind Maddux and Glavine, games 1 and 2 followed the Braves' script perfectly.
Nobody in baseball can carve up a lineup like Greg Maddux. Inside corner, outside corner, it's a clinic.
Giving chases Jones, and he makes the catch to give the Braves the win.
Called strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning. It's 2-0 Atlanta. That adage about good pitching stopping good hitting has never been truer than in this postseason.
The Braves have a 2-0 lead as they head to Cleveland.
And they will truly be rocking and rolling in that ballpark and in that city.
They hadn't been to the World Series in forever. So their fans looked like our fans in '91. The atmosphere was incredible.
And bolstered by their fans, the Indian bats came to life at home.
He lines it into center. The Indians are back in the World Series.
It is gone!
This place was all charged up tonight. The city was charged up. It was a different story in Atlanta, despite the fact that the Braves won 2 there. The crowd noise was rather subdued.
Cleveland won 2 of their 3 games at home, keeping themselves alive and forcing the series back to Atlanta.
Back to Georgia.
Game 6 was approaching, with the Braves close, but the storyline was changing around them.
It was off day, so the media, of course, is in my locker, and Oral Hershiser had made some comments about all the pressure being on us.
I think the pressure is on them because they definitely have something to lose.
They've shown they haven't done it.
Atlanta fans are probably wondering what's going on.
Which, to me, is not sitting well at all.
People are going to say, you know, Atlanta can't win the big one. That's what everybody's going to say. You know what I mean? I know y'all can't wait to say it tomorrow.
And I don't know what prompted me to say we need our fans to be there for us. They're acting like it's a tennis match. Come in the next day, Justice slams Braves fans. Oh, really? Okay, all right.
David coming out and saying, it's great here in Cleveland, you know, it's definitely not like it was in Atlanta, probably got turned around, but they let him have it.
David, why did you kind of lash out on the fans?
Well, I wouldn't say that I even lashed out at them, to tell you the truth. All I'm saying is that it's not the same as it was in the past. That's all.
Justice making headlines in the Atlanta papers this morning, criticizing Braves fans for being considerably less enthusiastic than they were in the World Series in 1991.
When David said those words to me, my first response was, oh boy, that's going to be interesting.
The feeling that you have 50,000 people rooting against you in your home stadium, in your 3rd attempt to win a World Series where you're 0-2 already, with the cloud of being the Buffalo Bills of baseball, but yet you still got to come out and perform and try to help your team win one game. I remember saying, God, you've put me in a lot of tough situations in my life, and you've always brought me out. Please bring me out of this one I swear to God, please bring me out of this one.
Pressure for the Atlanta Braves was at an all-time high, but victory was tantalizingly close. Win Game 6 of the 1995 World Series, and they could finally call themselves world champions.
Glavine trying to put the final piece in place for the team of the 90s.
I don't think we ever approached it as, hey, we've got to do something to get this monkey off our back. I think we just looked at it as, man, we've had some opportunities to win a World Series and we haven't done it. Don't know how many more opportunities we're going to get. We got to take advantage of one of these.
And if he comes through tonight, he could be at the center of the biggest baseball celebration in Atlanta history. Struck him out. It was quiet here in Atlanta for the opening 2 games. You can see the difference immediately in the top of the first here in Game 6.
Justice got their attention.
He punches him out. Got him swinging for his second strikeout of the inning and his third in the first 2 frames.
You had Jim Thome, Manny Ramirez, Albert Bell, and you're thinking, Tom, how are you going to navigate through this line?
Struck him out. 7 strikeouts through 5.
Especially when we're not doing nothing for you. They're matching us every inning. We're not getting anything going here.
McGriff is over lots of foul ground here, and he's got it. Still no score.
Tommy, after the 6th inning, told him, get me one. Just one. And I've got it.
He goes, all I need is one, boys. He knew that he had it, and he knew he was in control all night.
I can't say it was the only time I've ever said it in my career, but certainly at that point in time, I felt good about what I was doing, but also I think it was to try and get a reaction and kind of get guys fired up a little bit.
The truth, though, was that the first Atlanta batter to hit in the bottom of the 6th after Glavine's challenge needed no added incentive to come through.
Now batting number 23, the right fielder, David Justice. Boo!
Mixed reception when he was first introduced before the game, nothing but boos. Now as he comes to the plate, a mixture of boos and cheers.
But I hear a couple people clapping. I do. And as soon as I heard people clap, I said, okay, I'm going to play for them people tonight.
He is better when he's nervous. He's better when he's pissed off. And I think he was all of those things that night.
A long drive to right. Ramirez turns to the track. She's gone. Dave Justice, all is forgiven in Atlanta.
It's okay to talk the talk if you can walk the walk.
You talk about a shock. It's like you knew what was happening, and then David's the one that hits the home run. You couldn't have written that any better.
Just the magnitude of one swing.
The biggest swing in the history of this organization, as far as I'm concerned.
All right, there's my run. Now I better stand up to my big mouth when I said just get me one.
Glavine is working on a masterpiece for the Braves. Strikeout number 8 for Glavine. The most feared offense in baseball, held to 1 hit.
Tom Glavine ultimately silenced the Indians for 8 innings in one of the biggest games in franchise history. Then, getting the final 3 outs would rest on the shoulders of closer Mark Wohlers.
An inning away from the end of a 5-year quest for the Atlanta Braves.
Woe was on top of his game that year, and I think we all knew when Glav got through 8, even though they had the top of their order coming up, that Woe was going to shut it down.
A blooper and foul ground, Belliard racing over, backhanded grab.
When Rafael Belliard caught that ball in foul territory, I said, that's it. We're going to win this World Series. That's it.
When you think about what we hadn't done in the pressure building, leaving spring training with such pressure, such expectation, such criticism of these are the next Buffalo Bills, 95 was like the steam blowing a cap off.
1 out away.
flashback to 91 and 92 and 93 and just the disappointments we had in those years. And a lot of those guys were still there. This makes it that much more special.
The wind and the pitch. Here it is. One, fly ball, deep left center.
Your goal is to always win a World Series. And I think to finally see Marquise Grissom run that ball down in left center.
Oh, I'm sorry, I get chill bumps now just thinking about it.
Grissom on the run.
As soon as I saw Marquise ground it off, there it is. I get chills, man. He catches it, and brother, you don't even know.
Yes! 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 The Atlanta Braves have given you a championship!
The team of the 90s has its world championship.
Can't get enough of that feeling of running on the field and dogpiling.
It's hard to describe. I mean, the greatest feeling in the world.
The Atlanta Braves have brought the first championship to Atlanta.
It was a great moment in the history of Atlanta's professional sports. To this day, still the only professional major league team to win a world championship.
Finally, we didn't leave doors open. We didn't leave doors cracked. Finally, we had put it all together.
And finally, the one missing piece is in place.